This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a favor, hit the like button as you're coming in. Hit the like button. I appreciate you for being here. My name is Ola, coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Yeah, you know what we do here. We extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. So today, as usual, I have about 6 or 7 stories that we're going to get through really quickly. My goal is just extract the lessons and keep it moving as quickly as possible. So again, if you like what I'm doing here, please always make it endeavor to hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. This is about relationship coaching at the end of the day. I believe personally that there is no such thing as relationship without understanding. There's no such thing as understanding relationship without understanding power dynamics in different phases of a romantic relationship. So I do tend to speak mostly to romantic relationships. Believe it or not, it's the same rules across the board. You know, even we're talking about professional relationship, romantic relationships, parental relationships, is for the most part. Hold on one second, guys. Something is hanging in my voice because I haven't really spoken much today yet. For the most part, it's the same rules. Okay? It's the same rules, except when it comes to romantic relationships, particularly where there's sex involved, you have to factor that in, because in that space, when people start to cry about respect, you know, that tends to go out the window when there's crisis and there's conflict, and then you have to factor that in. Also, if we're talking about dating or relationship or marriage, it's the same rules for the most part, but you do have to factor in that human beings think of them as different, right? It's us that think of it as different, but if you really understand how romantic relationships work, excuse me, guys, either we're talking about romantic relationships or dating or relationship or marriage, it's the same rules, okay? It's the same way you have to conduct yourself. Gentlemen, you have to always treat her like a lady. Ladies, you also have to always treat him like he's a person that you've designated to create covering for you. And social construct is a real factor that even when you're pushing hard against it, you're basically highlighting it as a real factor. Either you like it or not. So self-awareness is key in all of this. When you are being particular about pushing against certain rules or standards, you need to have some self-awareness around that. Understand that it is you that feel a certain type of way, and you need to understand why you feel a certain type of way. You need to take the time to really study yourself. Understand that there's a reason why you feel some type of way. Sometimes it's personality, sometimes just your opinion, sometimes the way you've been set up as a human being, right? The way you've been socialized, the way you were raised, the context you were raised in, the moral values, what created the values that you hold so dear to your heart today. You need to have some self-awareness around that. If you don't have self-awareness around that, you will struggle. You'll be fighting yourself, basically. You have a lot of internal battles. Everyone in the world are going to look strange to you. You won't understand why. How you see the world is a function of who you are. As much as we all want to point fingers, right? But your outlook on life is a function of who you are. Always remember that. All right. So with that being said, without any further ado, we're going to get into some of the stories today. We have Tonto Dikeh as the headliner today, so we're going to get into that and then dive in through that. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you are notified when we go live. Let's dive into the trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Tonto Dikeh. What do we have here? Tonto Dikeh made an announcement last night. Yeah, she made an announcement last night. Tonto Dikeh ends a decade war. With who? With what's his name? Churchill, Olakunle Churchill. But this is our exact post right here. She said, "We're living proof that the word of God is eternal and unfailing. God is not a God who abandons what he has started. When he begins a work, he stays with it until it is completed. After 10 long years of public battles, deep wounds, broken communication, bitterness, and pain, and God stepped in. What looked ugly, impossible, and beyond repairs has been touched by mercy. Peace has replaced chaos. Respect has returned where anger was once lived. What humans' effort could not fix, God healed by salvation, humility, and the sincere prayers of a child. This restoration is not by might, not by wisdom, not by strength, but by the Spirit of the Lord. When God moves, the human mind cannot comprehend the process. He softens hearts, silences the enemy, and rewrites stories that looked finished. Every plan of darkness has failed. Stubbornness has bowed. Pride has melted. Love has found its voice again for my child. I'm deeply grateful to the father of my child, Dr. Kunle, for yielding to God's word and choosing peace. Obedience to God always births restoration, even when the road has been long and painful. To anyone standing where I once stood, tired, wounded, misunderstood, and believing nothing good can come out of the situation, please hear this. God has not abandoned you. Your story is not over. What he has started, he will surely perfect. Keep praying. Keep choosing love. Keep trusting God, even when it hurts. May this restored relationship remain built on the solid rock of God's mercy, protection, grace, and mighty hand. May it stand as a living testimony that God never fails, never forgets, and never walks away from his own. If God did it for us, he can do it for you. This miracle is called 10 years in one day. El Rohi. To my spiritual father, Papa, thank you for grooming a God-fearing, impact-making woman out of a total mess. Somebody here grooming and they get triggered. Wala. Anyway, shout out to Tonto Dikeh. I love Tonto Dikeh as an actress. Everything else is like, Shout out to Tonto. She just seems like somebody who tends to move from one extreme to the other. Like, I'm either extremely out in the world, I'm smoking weed and to hell with everybody like this, or I'm extreme with God. You know what that tells me? It's more likely a personality issue. That's what it tells me. This is not to negate all the God said, God that. This is not to negate that. This is just how some people interpret it. Some people interpret it, they can't control it unless it's faith-based. They can't fix it unless it's faith-based. And some people need you to rationalize before they can fix it. So don't negate anything she said. Okay? Don't negate anything she said. I want you to look at it squarely and see how you can relate. There's a lot of good stuff in what she's saying. But I want you to know that you don't have to go through all this hurt. You don't have to go through long term where you now justify like, well, it took everybody's time is different. Don't say that. Today is your day. Today, right here, right now, is your day. Choose to fix it. Okay? Choose to fix it. Don't wait until it's 10 years, because Tonto's time was 10 years. Yours might be 15 years. Everyone is different. There's no manual to this thing. Don't say stuff like that to yourself. Don't do it. Okay? Take the time to study yourself. Understand emotional intelligence. Learn it as a skill set. Anybody can learn it. You can start now, today, not 10 years later. If this is 10 years for you, shout out to you. Today is a brand new day. Okay? But don't give yourself excuses. Don't say, hey, everybody's religion is different. No. The reality is that there's a method to any madness. If it looks chaotic, it's not supposed to be that way. Fix it. Do something about it now, today. Make today, even if it's only 1 year later, make today's the 10 years later. Choose that is today. Because the reality is that for every additional 1 day you wait in that funk, that is the quality of your life that you're messing with. You're waiting around for the quality of your life to be better when you can actually choose today. Does that sound motivational? Whatever. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that if you're living in chaos with regards to the father of your children, don't justify the BS by calling yourself a king and then waiting 10 years later only to say I was groomed by a pastor of God. That's just her story. Shout out to her. Kudos to her for that. We're not negating that. What I'm telling you is that today is your first day of that 10th year mark, right? And you can actually have a better quality of life. Don't justify it. Don't tell yourself lies, because we are capable of telling ourselves lies and actually believing it. Sometimes we do it in the name of religion. Sometimes we do it in the name of culture. Sometimes we do it in the name of, it's just who I am. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, we do. We say things like that to ourselves. That's all I have to say about that. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know. I want to know what your opinions are. Hit your like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. I'll be right back with some other trendy stories around the world.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and #1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Your bad investment. Camron explodes on the X. Camron, I think he's a podcaster now, but he's an American rapper. But let's listen to this video and then we'll take it from there, if you will. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Let's listen to this video. Here we go. Okay, it's on, what is it? Spiritual Word. Okay, listen in.
Do you have a girlfriend right now, Cam?
I don't need nobody to protect and provide for me. I'm not looking for that. I'm just trying
You're
to
a
say.
man. I wouldn't expect that.
I'm just trying to say that this is the thing, that you think that because you're dating somebody, like for instance, right? Give you an example.
So as a woman, if I share my body with a man, I shouldn't expect him to want to protect and provide for me? That's what you would teach your fucking daughter?
The problem, so I'm not having sex with my daughter.
What are you talking about?
Just make up your mind.
No, it's not about having sex with your daughter. It's about, that's what you would teach your daughter?
Oh, teach your daughter, I'm sorry.
She just having sex with a man that doesn't want to protect and provide for her? Like what?
The problem is this: you want to protect.
You think
and
men
provide.
and women are equal?
No. What I'm trying to explain to you is this: for me, I rather invest in my female than give my female, and that's the problem.
Never invested in me
because you had bad investments. That's why you're in nursing school. I'm trying to explain to you that the investments that you had weren't good.
That's not why I'm in nursing.
Exactly.
Why does that matter? Do you have a girlfriend right now, Cam? Nursing school. I've been working on my nursing degree since fucking 2019.
Why you don't have it yet?
I opened the business to help me get through nursing school.
Which was
because I needed a passive income.
Which was a bad investment. Right. Anyway, like I was trying to explain, because it's a bad investment or somebody gives you an opinion, you reverse it into a nigga don't want to protect, provide, you never looked out for me, yo, you didn't really like you always looked past me, because I don't think what you were doing was going to make money for yourself or for me. That's how you revert it to say, Yo, you never want to look out for me. You never did this for me. You never believed in me. You always look past me because I give you my real opinion on situations. It was a time where Sin and PT and Callie called me and said, Kim, you know what? You're right, man. I be bugging.
Versus who I've been working.
All right. I just wanted to display that as how communication play out between romantic lovers, even if they are exes. Okay, especially, I don't know if she's saying that they've created a daughter before in the past together. I don't know if they have a daughter together, but bottom line is that there was some miscommunication very quickly, very fast. As you can see, that went left very quickly, very fast, right? But he seemed to have, there's a point there where he paused for a second. There was like a quick pause. And that pause seemed like he had the upper hand. Maybe it's not intending to look like that. Maybe he's just trying to make a point, right? He's trying to make a point. So they interjected, but also there's latency because it looks like they're talking from two different locations, right? But these are all factors that affect communication that we don't pay attention to. And that's why I'm highlighting this, okay? His overall conclusion is that you're a bad investment. Okay, you're a bad investment if you're with somebody or somebody is an ex and you're trying to have a conversation, whatever the objective of the conversation was about. But you said they are a bad investment, right? She took a pause. She's trying to think of it logically. They got to a point. He said, well, that's why you're in nursing school. I was like, well, I started a business. I don't think I played that part. Let me play it a little bit. I started a business so I can make some passive income to support my nursing school. Okay, that sounds like all kind of gibberish already, right? So, but here's the problem with that. For a second, he might have won that argument, seemingly, okay? I don't know the full context, but I want you to be careful when you seem like you've won an argument, because in the grand scheme of things, you might have lost. They're no longer together anymore, right? But how many relationships are you going to start and create and start and create? And then eventually you're no longer together. Hey, Biba, good to see you. How many relationships are you going to start and end like that? How much time exactly do you have? No, never mind. Time is not a factor. Anybody at any age, is that really real? If you claim to be logical, because especially you ladies, sometimes you want to struggle to be logical like a man. But until you get caught up in your emotions and then you realize that you have feelings. How long are you going to keep doing that for? Time is moving. Literally, your life is moving right past you, right? Communication, at the end of the day, is active listening. Active listening means you listen to beyond what they're saying. Yes, you should listen to what they're saying. The words do matter. But you're going to need a little bit more than that. Should we read minds? Yes. But not really, actually, because you might end up making assumptions by reading minds. So that's not what I'm asking you to do. What I'm asking you to do is actually learn the art of communication. It's an art. It is not this quote unquote logical thing where no. If you're going to be logical, then take the time to listen long enough to understand where they're coming from. Whatever it is they're talking about actually doesn't matter. It's about your skill set around communication. It's either you do it while you're in the relationship or you do it later. But it's the requirement. It's like negotiations when it comes to war. The only way to end the war is still negotiations. You can do it in the beginning or you can do it at the end. It's up to you. The only difference is time. Literally, your life. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comments below. Biba, good to see you. I'll be right back with some other trendy stories around the world.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Djimon. You know this guy is an actor, right? Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen any of his movies. I also know him as one of the exes of Kimora Lee Simmons, ex-wife of what's his name? Uncle Simmons. What's the Russell Simmons, ex-wife. You know, so they're always dragging it out. But police called Djimon Hounsou gets baby mama arrested. What are we talking about? So I'm looking at this report here on Instablog Nigeria. Actually, says actor Djimon Hounsou got his baby mama arrested for allegedly assaulting him in his Atlanta mansion. The Beninese American, is it Beninese or Beninese? How do you pronounce that? Somebody's from Benin Republic. For Benin Republic, right next to Nigeria, or maybe like 2 countries over from Nigeria. Djimon also reportedly told Atlanta police that his ex-girlfriend Reza Simpson struck him in the face with a closed fist, Jesus, after he asked her to leave his Atlanta townhouse. The couple shared 2 children, and also said the kids were upstairs during the incident. According to police, the children did not witness the alleged assault, but may have heard it. Hounsou filed the complaint in December, and on Friday, the Atlanta Police Department executed an arrest warrant at the same residence and took Simpson into custody. Simpson was charged with simple assault and obstruction, both misdemeanor. How do you pronounce that? I don't know how to pronounce misdemeanor. All right. After officers say she provided false information when confronted, she was reportedly with the children when she was arrested, and officers said they heard the kids crying in the background when they knocked on the door. Let me look at some of these comments. A comment says she definitely would do him the same way. Now, wow. Somebody said women should also learn that there are consequences for such behavior. I support this. Somebody said, now wow, reverse, let the law take charge. Somebody said, if you want to act like children, do it away from the kids. Don't give them a bitter memory that will stick. Somebody said, this man self, has he been cursed? Relationships from Kimora Lee never worked till now. Damn. That's a good point. You know, it doesn't indicate anything factual, but something to pay attention to, right? If you keep noticing that you keep attracting the same type of situation 3 times, 4 times, you know, there's a pattern being created here. Who is the common denominator? You, right? It doesn't exonerate everybody else for their own bad behavior, okay? We're just saying, pay attention to that. That's all. Money fit buy mansion, you know, fit buy peace. Yep. Money can only go so far. Money is good. Money is beautiful. But it can only go so far. Somebody said, why does Djimon always date women that are feisty? I personally, I love feisty. I know. I'm sorry. Feisty, sassy, blunt, rude. I know it's crazy. Toxic, right? I'm just being honest with you, you know. But also consider that not being feisty does not always mean good. Being quiet and just quiet, always going into your shell, you're not feisty, that's not always good either. So it just depends. Now, rude is not good. If you're rude, you'll be kicked to the curb, okay? But feisty, blunt, you know, sassy, sexy, you know, that tends to go together for me. Anyway, let me say this real quick. Let me say this when it comes to this topic. Reason why I'm pointing this out is, number one, if she can't keep her hands to herself, let me fix that. If he or she cannot keep their hands to themselves, call the police. I support that all day long. That is not part of our culture. No, call the police. If it's a matter of safety, Safety first always. Call the police. They put their fist together, landed it right somewhere close to your face. Even if it's close enough, it doesn't feel safe. If safety feels threatened, call the police. If they get carried away, good. Preferably on a Friday so that no judge can answer to them until Monday, so they can sit with themselves and reflect. But you know, Yoruba people say you don't go to a courthouse and then come back big friends. That happened before they were arrested. They were not friends before, you know, so do the maths. You know, again, you have to be here to actually do relationships. Why can you be encouraged? No, you're not understanding. There's certain lines you crossed. Okay, you've crossed the line. It's over there. We don't get to say, but what caused it? How did you get here? No, there's certain lines you crossed. You ended up violating a young woman and you say it's the way she's dressed. No, that's a terrible excuse. You don't get to give that excuse. No, there's certain lines you cross. It is over. That's my take on that. Do me a favor, leave your comment. Let me know what you think about that. And even what I just said. If you disagree, especially with me, no. Your opinion, just your opinion. As long as your opinion, especially, I want to hear from you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola Akman of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Davido. And you know, we did a viral session here some few days ago about Davido, the whole saga, right? And yeah, I think it's time we talk about that. Hold on 1 second. So somebody, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, somebody left a comment. A couple of people left a comment here, and I thought we should talk about their comments. To false claim exposed, Davido's aides fire back. Well, first of all, Israel has been talking. Shout out to Babes Wind and Sevia Port. I appreciate you for being here. So Israel talked. Davido's aide had something to say. So I thought we should talk about that as well. But also I probably would take a couple of minutes to also read out somebody's comments. Let me pull this up. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Why is this not ready? This should have been ready. Okay. Israel said, yeah, Kemi, you made a whole good and reserved chairman to be taken on social media because of your clout chasing. After dragging your own father till he finally died. So, there's a young lady, just to catch up, just in case you're not up to speed. There's a young lady, a 13-year-old lady, claiming that Davido is her father. Davido's father is alleging that it is Kemi Olu's lawyer behind the scenes. See how I said that? Ladies, listen to me. If you claim you want to be logical, you have to be able to comprehend what I just said clearly, okay? Davido's father, Dr. Aide alleges, we don't know this for a fact, you can choose to believe, that's fine, but we need to claim the fact is that he alleges that it's Kemi Olu's lawyer behind the scenes. Kemi Olu's lawyer has admitted that she started the account, but she's no longer behind the scenes. Somebody else who we don't know is also saying, no, Kemi Olu's lawyer handed over the account to us back in 2019. Those are the facts. Everything else is either a belief, you chose to believe one side or the other, and that's fine. But you have to be able to comprehend the two. If you don't comprehend the two, you're going to leave stupid comments, right? And there's only one thing I can do with your comments. I will hit like and I will heart it, okay? Because obviously, if we're talking at different levels of the conversation, it doesn't help, okay? So like I said, a couple of comments. Let me see if I can still find one of them here. Hopefully, yeah, I find it. I could see. Let me see. I like to respond to my comments because occasionally because I believe it's an opportunity to learn. Okay. Occasionally, I like to respond because I think it's important for all of us to learn. First of all, I'm learning from you. Believe it or not, even when it's super negative, I can still learn from it, you know. But shout out to Kemi1885. Kemi1885 left this comment. Oh, where's this thing here like this? Okay. Sorry, my bad. Kemi1885 said, in the last 2 days, you had only 174 views when videos on this press conference made thousands of views for people. Okay, let's be clear. One of those, the video has 425 views now, but one of those 174 views was Kemi herself. So I think she missed that part, but it's okay. So thousands of views for people, and it's caused from the first minute of your video. It is glaring. You are very biased. What was the first minute of the video? The first minute of the video said something to the effect of hierarchy, right? The hierarchy, proper hierarchy around, you know, proper hierarchy around any case, any case that we're addressing. We need to, you know, we talked about number one, the violation of the chain of command. The chain of command in this case, with respect to our construct that we live in right now, the context, social media age, the chain of command is that Davido is a grown man and he should be addressing, he shouldn't be dragging his father. Actually, I'm defending the father. He should be dragging his father into this kind of mess. A whole Dr. Dikeh should not have to address this kind of stuff. Davido should take some time, have the right people on his team to address this kind of stuff. All he needs is 1 or 2 sentence statement. He doesn't need a 77-minute statement that almost implicates the old man himself. Also, Kemi is admitting that she only watched 1 minute of the video. That is not fair to yourself. You should watch a full video before you have opinions about the video. You're not being fair to yourself. Okay. So let me finish reading it though. I wanted to pick out those 2 things and I'll read the rest of it, and then you will be the judge. I'll leave you guys to it so I can go on to some other trendy stories around the world. So it is very glaring you're very biased, still speaking for Davido's enemies, that nothing he does can please you people. Okay. Let me play a video for you. Nothing he does can please you people. I'm going to play a quick video at this point. Let me see. Do I need to? There's a video I probably should play. But there's a video where Dr. Aide was saying we're doing this for us, not for you people. So I'm coming from that standpoint. Everything they should be doing should be for them, not for you people. However, you do have to make statements sometimes for the record if you are a public figure. But it looks like Kemi has taken a position to be a member of the family. I doubt if that's the case. But let's continue. Listen to yourself. Davido came out to type online that after 5 DNA tests, you enemy said he was lying. All right. If he made the press conference by himself, you will still say he is lying. If you listen to the full video, I actually said he didn't need to answer a press conference. A statement will be good enough. A credible, respected person in society, Davido's dad, who is known for having integrity, came out and you still said it's a mistake press conference. Okay. Kemi is talking about the title of the video. Kemi did not watch the whole video. Prove to me you watched the whole video. If you're watching this, Kemi, I would love to hear more from you. But it was right for Kemi Olun lawyer to be blackmailing Davido. If Kemi listened to me long enough, Kemi would know that everybody that have an opinion is always right, in my opinion.
You're right.
Always listen long enough before you formulate an opinion. It's just something that wise people, the wisest people in our society, do. Ayo Labinjo's sister texted Davido's dad that he must have been wasting time on your page. Hold on 1 second. I must finish. Time is up, but I must finish this comment. Just so we don't end up being guilty of the same thing, right? Let's listen to Kemi's full thought. I don't think men are called Kemi, but let's just listen to the full thought of Kemi. Your Labinjo sister texted Davido's dad that he must have been seeing what is going on online, that it was not her sister that wrote it, but Kemi lawyer. Yet, you're saying, where's the evidence? That whole statement is alleged by Dr. Adeleke. All right? I know you're trying to be logical. I'm trying to help you be logical. That whole statement, it's not an evidence. It is just the only thing you said that may look like evidence is that you're alleging that Dr. Adeleke said so. We have that as a fact. So that would be evidence on its own. There's layers to this. If you just got lost in what I just said, yeah, maybe you shouldn't make up such a long opinion without being able to critically think about the topic at hand. I'm sure you're a critical thinker, just not on this topic. No point wasting time on your page. Okay, you've kind of wasted quite a bit of time. I don't think it's waste time because we get engagement. I have this to tell you now. All of this is going to be in caps. Okay, now once you start typing in all caps, it sounds to me that the person is willing to yell. They're yelling essentially. Look at it. It's all caps now at this point, right? Kemi said, I have this to tell you, all you perfect beings always accusing Davido. The only thing that Kemi could take out of a 33 video of a point by point 5 points on why I think, just my opinion, why the press conference is a mistake. The only thing Kemi could take away from it is that somebody's accusing Davido. And Kemi did not realize that this video is about me and her, not about Davido. Davido just happened to be a celebrity, a public figure. This video is about me and her and how we see life, right? Painting him as bad. You can do Davido nothing. Whoever you are speaking for, you're all wasting your time. Anyone that cannot stand Davido should vacate the planet Earth for Davido. Life is about every man on his own way, doing his own thing. The only option you enemies of Davido have is to vacate this part of the universe for Davido. Look at your page. 2 comments. Well, your comment alone makes up for about 10 different comments, and I love it. Thank you so much. Don't go and delete it, though. It doesn't matter. I already read it. I even know some people actually leave long comments like this. I will come back and have a reflection, and they'll come back and delete it. And some of them are just moving past, you know. I'm glad you didn't delete it. It doesn't matter. You know, when I see a comment like this, I see as an opportunity to learn for other people listening, not just you and me, right? Look at your page. 2 comments before mine, 174 views, and that's because you're not criticizing with good points, but clear mere hatred. Many people still have things to say after this press conference, but they gave their opinions with reasonable points. Kemi gave an opinion, right? To be fair to Kemi, this is just an opinion. Okay, but what I want you to take away from this is not for Kemi. Kemi is going to come back and double down on our opinion, meaning there's an extremely high chance Kemi will not learn from this exchange. Okay, but me and you can learn from this exchange. What I want you to learn from this exchange is, before you formulate such a long opinion, before you waste your time giving me engagement on this platform, which means you took the views from 174 to more than double by doing that, right? See what you can learn from the situation, right? If somebody has a different opinion from yours, it's an opportunity to learn, just like I'm taking it from hers right now as an opinion, right? I learned that people take this to heart. People take this personally, even when they're not a member of the family. I continue to learn that. It continues to help me refine how I deliver my message, right? I will even give you one real quick, a very quick lesson here. I think I've said it, but I'll say it one more time. When I want to deliver my message here, I want to empathize first. It's not something that's easy for me to do. I have to do it from a very intentional place. Empathize meaning, remember that there are people that take this personally. They will crush you out if they feel like your opinion is different from theirs. So make sure you empathize. Why? Not you're appeasing them, because you want them to actually get the message. Let me know what your opinions are on this one. That was a good one. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We have some other trendy stories. We'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back. You guys remember Tyrese? Tyrese, yes. Tyrese is bled dry. So there's a video here I want to play for you. We're going to listen together. All right. And then we'll see what Tyrese has to say. I'm actually listening in real time with you, but Tyrese is always interesting on his take around this experience in divorce court, custody court, child support court. Tyrese is our brother and he's gone through a lot. He tends to he's very vulnerable. He comes and tells us. People even started calling him Cry-Reese because he will cry if it comes down to it. Let's listen to him.
I want you to make the decision. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to do something uncomfortable, which is put your face mask on first before trying to help others. I know it's uncomfortable because the thought is, well, if the plane is going down, I got to put the face mask on the kids. I got to take care of my wife. I got to take care of my husband. I got to take care of everybody and make sure everybody is okay. Everybody's okay, right? I'm f***ed up. I have nothing left, and I've taken care of everybody, and I got nothing left. And does anybody care to notice? Hello? Does anybody care to notice that I got nothing? I want you to make the decision. Nothing left for me. I ain't got nothing financially. Does anybody want to pour into me the way I've poured into everybody? Does anybody want to ask me if I need any food or groceries? Or y'all just gonna keep eating everything in the fridge? Even when you got money and you can put food in the fridge, you don't do it because you're so used to bleeding me dry. This year, we have to do it differently. You've heard me say this before and I'll say it again. Loyalty has an expirational date. You can't continue holding on to dead weight, right? Because every boat has a capacity. And the reason that you are out of it and you're wiped out and you're tired and you're depleted and you don't feel fulfilled is because you're continuing to function beyond your capacity. Literally, think about this. I don't care if it's a Carnival Cruise Line ship, them huge boats. Every boat has a capacity. Your life has a capacity, and most of us are continuing to function beyond the scope of our capacity. And we got nothing left for ourselves. Giving your time, your energy, your bandwidth, your money, your resources, your relationships, your wisdom, your knowledge, your this, your that. And I'm not saying be selfish in a negative way. I'm saying be selfish in the capacity of putting your face mask on first to make sure that you're okay first. Don't feel fulfilled.
That's a good message. I'm not going to front. I'm bled dry until you're bled dry. That's a good message. Tyrese has a reputation. I try not to prejudge what people are going to say based on their past. It's easier said than done, but this was a good message. Somebody said, let's pray for this brother. Let's pray for this brother. Wow. Yeah, we should keep praying for Tyrese. Somebody said Tyrese says scrolls. Somebody said go on tour. I'll support. That's a very good, important information. Tyrese is talking about loyalty. He's talking about self-love. He's talking about selfishness. Selfishness and self-love are not the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me clearly. Listen to me clearly. Selfishness and self-love are not the same thing. Please do not pull out a dictionary to say, self-love, you have to be selfish. Tyrese just try to put selfish in the same box as self-love. They are not the same thing. Self-love is what you should have. Selfish in a healthy way. Let's not make it about English, okay? I just want you to think it through very well. Self-love comes from a place of abundance. Selfishness would tend to come from a place of your blood dry. I like when that person said, go on tour, I'll support. To me, I interpret that as engage your life mission and your life purpose. You have very little time to cry about the bullshit that life has to offer. Because life is tough. Life is beautiful, but it's tough, right? But sometimes when you pay too much attention to how tough life is, you actually miss out on life. I just want you to be careful about that. I want you to listen deeper than just the words. Don't go in the dictionary and pull out self-love. Must mean selfishness. Loyalty. Sometimes we have to redefine loyalty beyond the dictionary. You know, loyalty has expiration date. Was that really loyalty? If it has expiration date, it sounds to me that's something that's coming from a place of emptiness. But maybe he's saying the same thing. He could be saying the same thing. What I'm saying is that however way you want to interpret it, make sure you don't shoot yourself on the legs, misinterpreting things in a way that suits you in the short term, but can potentially hurt you in the long term. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are about that. I like Tyrese. That's why I keep covering his stories. These brothers have a lot to share. When they've gone through something and they've come out of it, they have a lot to share. But not just what they're saying. I want you to think it all the way through and make sure that you're not just carbon copy pasting what they're saying into your life. Because sometimes you can relate from a pain standpoint and then you end up hurting yourself in that process. Yeah, I appreciate you. Without any further ado, let me see. Shout out to Gracious Greatness. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for the 20 pounds. Good to see you. Happy New Year. He said, salutes. And everyone else on here. Self-love, selfishness, self-esteem. I beg, please enjoy on a life with balance and a handbrake. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. That's a good way to end that. Let me know what your thoughts are around there. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Turn up your notifications so you are notified when we go live. I think we have some other trendy stories around the world. I think, yeah, we do. Okay, yes, we do. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Welcome back. Let's catch a quick update on keeping up with the Reg Ned Nwoko Daniels. Regina Daniels' bestie in trouble, arrest made. We covered this earlier on, but they're giving us a reason. They're giving us a reason that, Pastor Ned Nwoko will not rest. He will tell us, he will explain. He will explain.
We will explain, because no evidence.
Yeah, he must explain why, he was accused of arresting, so he's come out to give it's just, I guess it's just for the record. He's a public figure, so he must give for the record statement. According to Instablog Niger here, according to a statement from him posted on Instablog Niger, they said the basis of the arrest of Miss Uzuegbu Antoinette Anne. Following the arrest of Miss Uzuegbu Antoinette, commonly known as Anne, a number of misleading and inflammatory narratives have been circulated across social media platforms. I told you, it's just for the record. Okay, it's not him just doing shalaye. It's just for the record. Leave Paned alone. But he needs to make this statement for the record. Ola, didn't you say people should not make statements? No, I never said that. I said they should do statements. I said they shouldn't do shalaye. And I know you will not stop shalaye.
We go explain because no evidence.
Anyway, let's continue. The thing is that everything I share with you is easier said than done. It's an art more than it's an exact science. If you tend to think right and wrong, you will tend to probably disagree with me a lot because don't let me say the because. I'll leave it alone. Let me be nice, okay? But this is what he's saying. He said, these claims are false, reckless, and deliberately intended to distort the facts surrounding her arrest. For clarity and in the public interest, the following points set out the factual basis of the matter. Panet can actually have a point. Okay, he has a point. He has to set some records straight, right? But for you and I that are interpreting this, if you take this into your personal relationship, you don't have a point. You're lame. Okay, you're lame. That's what you are. You are what we call a square. And in real life, there's no square, right? There's no square in real life. In real life, it's all fluid, right? So you have to be willing to listen beyond just your sense of morals. If you have a tendency to moralize everything, is either right or wrong, you're probably going to miss it. Because you know why? Because you're probably speaking from the limitations of your sense of morals. Yes, your sense of morals have limitations. You have to be willing to listen, right? So again, I see this. I will give him a pass that he's setting the record straight. But the reality in your personal relationships is that you're trying to police the friends and the relationships around your wife. It's called isolation. It's what manipulative people do. They tend to do, right? People that are manipulative, or manipulative or narcissist or whatever you want to call it, people so in relationship, they're not always doing it from an intentional standpoint. They don't always intend bad, but they're effectively hurting themselves by hurting the person they care about. They would tend to, like, you don't need those kind of friends around you. That's what I want you to be. I'm not saying that's what happened here. That's what I want you to be careful about in your personal relationship. Sometimes the devil will present itself in very camouflage ways, right? You know, after all, you're just trying to protect your wife from our bad influence friends. Well, here's the problem. You're trying to protect your wife from the bad influence of social media. So she should drop the phone. Drop the phone. Don't go on social media. I don't have a social media account. I know you don't do that. But somebody will take the same ideology. They will take that same way. They will take it to another level. But it's the same core issues. That's what I'm asking you to be careful about. Because what were you looking at when you don't even have enough influence over your own life and your wife's life, that social media is now becoming the influence? If you have to isolate her from all our friends, the problem is bigger than the friend. The problem is bigger than the baby unaliving pills, the abortion pills. That's what it is. I don't like censoring the words too much, right? The problem is bigger than that, because now he's saying he had impregnated his wife before she left. But this young lady was responsible for giving her pills that got rid of the baby. That's what he's saying. Procurement of illegal abortion pills. Criminal defamation. That's what he was arrested for. Former witness statement and ongoing investigation. Yeah. This is all I go explain.
Explain because no evidence.
I know what this looks like. I can't put a finger on it. I don't have to. I'm telling you at an emotional level that this is what you and I need to watch out for when you're in a romantic relationship. You don't want a person to be with you and feel like they're in a prison yard. Because you know what's going to happen last. They will run away. Yeah, they will gain the courage to defile. They will cheat, steal, lie. Because why? Because survival is not involved. And they will justify it. And by the way, they might be justified. That's what I want you to watch out for. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We have some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Welcome back. I want to share something really quickly. It's been a good session. I appreciate you for being here. But I don't want to do this without dropping some things for you to work with. I want to talk about the long cost of unresolved conflict. I want to share that with you in the form of 5 ways relationships drain you over time. It just so much aligns with what we're talking about today. It's very important that we learn these lessons. Let me see here. Where is it? Yeah, this is very, very important. But I'm going to keep it very concise, straight to the topic. Unresolved conflict is draining your love. First and foremost, bitterness. Bitterness grows interest over time. Okay? It grows interest. If you, like I said, if you want to take 10 years to heal, knock yourself out. If you want to say, everyone is different, you want to give yourself excuses to sit around in a funky relationship when you know that it's not working out, sure. But just like the IRS, God forbid, you get hit with a bill, it's not free. If you made a mistake, it comes with penalties and interest. The same thing is true in relationships. You know when people say time heals. Yeah. If you can't humble yourself, time is not going to heal that. You're going to pay penalty. You're going to pay a dear price. You're going to pay penalties. You're going to pay interest for all those time, because time is not your mate. Emotions no be your mate. Time no be your mate. Time is life. Hey, I'm not saying you shouldn't take your time, but I'm just letting you understand that it's going to cost you, right? Bitterness compounds quietly, and if you're delaying yourself in terms of closure, or you're depending on other human beings for your closure, it will become emotional debt. So let's move on to number 2 really quickly. When love becomes a transaction, resentment is inevitable. You know how people want to be logical and they say, hey, love is all a transaction. Let's just be logical. Let's just call a spade a spade. Listen, what you're talking about is your mindset. It's a mindset. Okay? I'm not going to take away from the fact that you're right. I know you want to be right so badly.
You're right.
No, I'm not going to take away from that. Okay? But when you reduce relationships to a matter of return on investment, give and take, it has to give and take. You're basically telling me that you lack game. Okay? You lack game. You're probably weird in interpersonal relationships. You're a robot. You're like, it must be a certain way. You know what you're doing? You're still presenting yourself in a certain way to another human being who is more, granted, they are more emotional than you. You're right. They are more emotional than you. Okay. But guess what? You have to deal with them. Okay. And by the way, you're breeding hostility. You're building an environment of hostility. You don't want to be seeing people as, if you tend to see people as, what's the word I'm looking for? If you tend to see people as investment, you will kill intimacy. It sounds kumbaya, okay? What I'm saying is I know you're a robot. The other person is probably not a robot. That's all I'm saying, okay? Let's move on real quick. I'm not going to waste time. Number 3, legal battles are the final language of broken trust. You want to be logical so bad? Oh yeah, trust me. When you get to court, they will help you be logical. Trust me, because that's what they're not emotionally entangled in your BS. So they don't have any choice than to help you be logical. But I guarantee you, you're not as logical as you think you are. You want to fight the battles. You want to let's pull it. No, lesson. And you don't know when to say, hey. Because even the court will actually give you opportunities. They will say, hey, let's do. Even some jurisdiction will force mediation. They said, no, talk it out first. They will even force it. They will say, no, it's mandatory. If you want to, you can bring it back to trials. We'll help you make it logical. But you won't like yourself. It takes an emotional toll. Okay? If the court has to step in when it comes to your communication skills, when communication fails, when there's communication breakdown, I pray that God helps you. It doesn't matter what side you fall on. Okay, it doesn't matter what side you fall on. It doesn't matter if you're the man. I know you're like, oh, the man gets to suffer more. All that. But okay, even legal win will leave emotional losses on, will leave emotional stress on you. I'm just warning you. That's all I'm saying. I'm warning you. The skills you need they're still skill sets, but they're not things you can just read and just say, I read, I'm pragmatic, I'm logical. It's not that simple. If it was that simple, everyone would be figuring it out. You're not smarter than everybody else. We're just human beings. That's all. Okay. All right. So when police are involved, if you have to call the police, it's already too late at that point in time. But safety first. Don't ever forget that. Let's move on to number 4. Public lies create private damage. I think we talked about this a little bit on our last evergreen session. Public lies will create private damages. What do I mean by that? False claims will harm innocent people. Oh yeah, karma is real. No, what about children? What do you mean karma is real? I'm not disagreeing that karma is not real, but what about children? Did they commit offenses? No, they did. I just want you to think beyond karma is real. I want you to think beyond that. This life is not Nollywood. It's not your Nollywood story with the end where the bad man just always dies. Sometimes you leave residues for your children if you don't know how to behave. So I want you to think beyond just you yourself. That's why I don't like the word selfish. The word selfish is usually coming from a place of emptiness. Self-love, yeah, it's probably more about abundance, but I get it. You might think it's semantics. I just want you to think beyond that, okay? Children will often carry the consequences of adult chaos. I want you to pay attention to that as we move forward. Last but not the least, definitely not the least. Divorce drains more than money. It drains identity. Please, when divorce has happened, it has happened. If you are fantasizing that it's going to fix your life problems, I want you to rethink that, okay? Just in case. If safety is not on the line, I want you to rethink that. Legal fees, emotional fatigue, they last, but they're not as big of a deal as your sense of identity. And you might not even know what I mean yet. But by the way, if you've gone through divorce, you need healing too. You need to work on yourself. Even men suffer from it, okay? Men will lose structure. They will lose their sense of identity, the sense of masculinity. They feel defeated. Outside of assets, I know you want to sign prenup, just sign prenup. There's one gentleman back in the days, he used to go around different channels and just say prenup doesn't, it helps with your tangibles, your financial assets and stuff like that. But when somebody said feeling bled dry, we're talking about this psychological toll that it takes on you. It's not easy. It's not easy. I'm just warning you. So why am I saying all of that? If you've gone through divorce, it's okay. It's all right. But you need healing. You're not just going to repeat talking points to yourself and you think that's the end of it. No. If you haven't gone through divorce, then that means you still have work to do. All of us have work to do. Protect yourself. Have proactive measures in place. Have active ways that you continue to check in on yourself, your relationships. Make sure you're living in a conducive environment. And then also build some skills around how to respond to crises, because crises are inevitable. Do me a favor, Sha. Hopefully you got some lessons out of that. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. I'll be back very, very soon. Take care. God bless.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.